Two players stand at the halfway line. They run for 2 hours. Their legs are gone. Their team's whole tournament is balanced on the next 10 minutes, and they're watching a small metal disc spin in the air. A coin? This is the moment football calls its fairest. No referee's opinion, no lucky deflection off a shin, just 12 yards, one ball, and nerve. The purest test in the sport. Except it doesn't start with a kick. It starts with luck. And before anyone has touched the ball, that spinning coin has already done something to the result. In 2010, an economist named Ignacio Palacios-Huerta did something simple. He gathered hundreds of penalty shootouts and asked one question: does the team that shoots first win more often? The answer came back sharp. In his data, the team kicking first won around 6 times out of 10, 60% off a coin toss. Think about what that means. Two teams dead level after 2 hours of football, and the thing that tilts them apart isn't a save or a miss. It's which captain called heads. That study lit a fuse under the sport. It put a number on something players had always felt and never proven. But that number, the famous 60%, is exactly where the argument starts. Because here's the strange part. Going second shouldn't be harder. It's the same kick, 12 yards, the same goal, the same ball sitting on the same white spot. So why would the order matter at all? Look at who takes which kick. The team shooting first is usually chasing a lead score, and you're ahead. The team shooting second is usually chasing survival miss, and you might be going home. And those are not the same kick at all. A psychologist named Gerd Jordet has studied this for years. When a player steps up and scoring will win the shootout, they convert around 89% of the time. When a player steps up and missing means instant elimination, that number collapses to about 63. Same distance, same goal, different stakes, and the body knows the difference. Under that kind of threat, an ancient alarm system floods in, the one built to help you run from a predator, not roll a ball into a corner. It tightens the wrong muscles at the worst possible second. The second kicker isn't worse. They're just standing closer to the edge. And to see why that edge matters so much, you have to go back to before the shootout existed at all. For most of football's history, there was no shootout. When a knockout match ended level and extra time settled nothing, the result was decided another way, by drawing lots, by tossing a coin. In 1968, Italy reached the final of the European Championship exactly like that. A semi-final against the Soviet Union finished 0-0. No replay that night, no penalties. An official flipped a coin in a quiet room, the Italian captain called it right, and a country went to a final on the strength of a guess. People hated it. Settling football with a coin felt like an insult to the game. So in 1970, the sport adopted something new, the penalty shootout. The whole point was to retire the coin, to take the ending out of blind luck and hand it back to the players, to skill, to nerve, to the long walk to the spot. The first one at a World Cup came in 1982. It felt like progress. It felt fair, but here's the part that complicates everything. That famous 60%, it might not be real. After Palacios-Huerta published, other researchers ran the same test on bigger piles of data. A team led by Marc and Kocher looked again and found no real advantage at all. A later study of more than 1,700 European shootouts found the same flat result. One analysis of over 2,000 shootouts put the first team's win rate at barely above half, 51%, a hair from a coin flip itself. So which is it? A brutal 60-40 edge or nothing? The researchers still don't agree. The number won't sit still. Which raises a sharper question. If the experts can't even prove the advantage exists, why would football itself bother changing the rules to fix it? But it did twice. And one of those times is happening right now. In 2017, the sport ran an experiment of its own. It borrowed an idea from tennis. Instead of one team always shooting first, ABBA, straight down the line, they tried alternating it. ABBA, the same pattern a tennis tiebreak uses to stop the serve from deciding everything. The logic was simple. If going first is an advantage, stop handing it to the same team every single round. They tried it in youth tournaments and cup finals, then, a year later, they quietly dropped it. Players found it confusing. Fans couldn't follow who was up next. But the sport never stopped worrying about the coin. Right now, at this World Cup, football's lawmakers are arguing about it again. The latest proposal would stop one team from winning the toss and grabbing every advantage at once. A small fix for a problem the data can't even confirm. They keep adjusting the coin, which tells you they were never really comfortable with it. And that's the quiet truth underneath the fairest moment in football. The shootout was invented to kill the coin toss, to replace luck with something that at least looks like skill. For 50 years, we've treated it as the honest ending, the part where the better nerve wins. But the coin never left. It just moved to the front of the line. Whatever the real percentage is, every shootout still opens the exact same way those old ties used to end. A referee, a small metal disc. A captain calling it in the air, while the players will actually take the kicks just stand and and watch. Somewhere in this tournament, before a single ball is struck, that coin is already spinning. We didn't take chance out of the game, we just gave it a better seat and a longer walk to the spot.